Okay, I just cleaned out the rear end, and now it's nice and clean, no grease in there. All the teeth are perfect on the Chevy, you know. Now I don't know if this is the correct way, but I'll show you what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna take this white lithium grease here and apply it in just a few spots. And I have no idea if that's right, but if it's wrong, somebody can comment maybe, and you know, maybe I'll look it up one day or something. But anyways, I put about that much, you know, a dab on each gear. Even though this one's gonna have two here, a dab there, and dab there, but I don't care, you know. Supposedly you're not supposed to get much of this stuff on the bearings because it catches sand and dirt. So just on the gear side. And yep, that should be good. Nice generous amount. Not enough to take up space, but enough to lube everything. And just in case, I'll pick the gears up, which this is like totally sand free right now, so anyways, I'm gonna pick these gears up and put it upside down like so, just to have it down there, and do it again. Pew, 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 pew. There we go. Greasing the old gears. If you want me to put it back together, I will. Okay, everybody voted for yes, maybe. There we go. That ought to be about right. Let's see. Yep. They're all nice and greased. And tell you what else I'm gonna do too, just for coolness stuff. I'm gonna put a little bit of gun oil right there on the motor pinion, and a little gun oil on top of some other stuff outside the lithium grease. I don't think that lithium grease and gun oil like each other much. I'm really not sure. It doesn't really matter. It's a toy, you know. Well, I guess it's a hobby, whatever you want to call it. Oh, still some dirty old grease inside there, if you can see it. It's not really that zoomed in, is it? Anyways, I'm gonna clean that out. I just have an old wire and a rag. Some people might use toothpicks. I mean Q-tips. There we go. Wipe most of it off. Spray it with a little parts cleaner. That should degrease it pretty good there. Get all that nasty sand and grime out of there. And then put it back on. You know? I'm literally just going to screw all the screws back in, put the pins back on, and it's good to go. So, anyways, the rear end and the front end after the lake drive were perfect. No damage. A lot of water though. I mean, it wouldn't have been perfect had I kept riding, because water is not your friend when it comes to gears and bearings and all that stuff. I do know that with playing around with my side-by-side for the last year or so. Anyways, which I guess I could start putting some videos of my side-by-side on here. Haven't really thought of that. This is a lot cheaper to ride crazy and brake than it is to ride crazy and break my side-by-side. But I still get the same fun. You just get a little bit more more action out of the side by side because you're in it. All right then. Some grease on the top side too here. Ooh, way too much probably. And again, I'm not sure. We'll just take that and put it everywhere in there. Probably way too much. I'm not sure. Then I'll go riding. I might ride the Ford around and let all this stuff dry up a little bit. Or not. I might ride both. I've been working with the tractor outside down the driveway, and I've kind of made some awesome ruts. I have 5 acres, so I mean I could turn the whole thing into an RC park if I wanted to with my tractor. But I'm thinking about maybe dedicating an acre to it. For now, for a little while anyways. That'd be pretty cool to have some good obstacles set up and you know, maybe have some people come over and ride. Okay. Some here, some there, some everywhere. There we go. Anyway, yeah, hoping so. But the rear end looked good. Front end looked good. Rear end looked good. And we are ready to rock and roll. I'm just gonna screw all these screws in. And as you can see, I'm not even using my magnetic spark tray. That's one good thing about cleaning your stuff in the bathtub. I mean, you don't have to worry about losing anything. Every time you unscrew something, something else falls. Not only do you hear it really well, but you're never going to lose anything as long as you've got the drain closed, obviously. I'm using my magnetic spark holder just for the big screws or whatever. Screws that I have to know exactly where they go back. You know, whatever. But, I changed that bearing earlier, and that worked out well. And re-oiled them. Anyways, now I've got to bore you to death. Once I get this closed up, I'm just going to wash off the tires and the body, the chassis. I never even really washed it. There's no need to. I'll probably just brush it down. You know, whatever. I've washed it before. It doesn't really matter. As you can tell, water really doesn't hurt these things. The only thing that the water hurts that I know of so far is the grease inside there. And I mean, probably the motor is going to get rusted out unless I do some kind of maintenance to it, you know, sooner or later. So maybe next week or something like that, I'll figure out how to maintain the motor, keep it up or whatever. I'm sure there might be some videos on that. Anyways, the Danshi Ridge Rock is a hardcore beast. There's nothing that broke. And as you can tell inside, I mean, there was so much swamp, seaweed and stuff, you know, that just mounded up on it. But that's cool, you know, no big deal. It's awesome. Anyways, this is probably like my 10th time cleaning it, but it's only my 2nd time or so, maybe 3rd, whatever, getting inside the axle housings. And that's actually the first time that that I replaced the grease in the Chevy. I think all I've replaced the greases in the Ford, whatever, but I've had the Chevy first, you know, so. Anyways, okay. Well, I'm just gonna screw this thing together and then I'm gonna go ride out in the front yard. Do some cool obstacles. All right, later on.